Welcome back to the Repro Review Show. I am your host, Doug. I am so sorry it's been so long, but hey, we are back. And we're going to talk about a ROM hack of Super Mario 3 that has gained quite a reputation. And that is Super Mario 3 Mix. Yes, it is a pun. Released in 2014 by the hacker Southbird, there is a level of reverence to the name Super Mario 3 Mix. There are Super Mario ROM hacks aplenty out there, of wide-ranging quality. There are so many I could spend the duration of this video just listing them. So it must be impressive when one hack stands out from the crowd, and garners a reputation saying that it's a league ahead of its peers. But my job here will be to see if it lives up to that reputation, or if it just panders to the wants of fanboys. The story is very not exciting. Looks like Bowser Jr. is being a little puke, and you have to chase him from world to world to give that punk kid a lesson. Cause you better believe that his dad is just enabling his bad behavior. But come on, are you playing a Mario game for the story? Look me in the eyes and tell me you're playing it for the story. I knew it. Primarily the game looks like Super Mario 3, but with a lot more. And the look of it changes from world to world. As Mario progresses through his journey, he essentially journeys through the Super Mario game catalog. World 1 looks like the classic first game, with some of the levels being replicated, though condensed, in the style of Super Mario 3. After that, the levels are less perfect renditions, more in the spirit of the first game. Similarly, the next world takes after Mario 2, and in a similar fashion to the first world, the first level captures Mario 2's iconic first level, and the other levels are stylized to match the look of that game. You get to battle Birdo, Mouser, and even Wart as it progresses. Where's that guy been? Boo's Woods is the next level and doesn't take after any Mario game in particular, but rather is just a haunted theme. Or maybe it's in reference to Luigi's Mansion? Can't say for sure. It's great to see ghost houses incorporated into Mario 3's graphics, and while it isn't as clean and precise compared to Super Mario World, it still looks pretty great for the NES hardware. Boo's Woods plays around with the music of Mario 3, changing some of the notes to give it a very unsettling sound. I kinda get what they're going for, but truthfully it is hard to listen to. We travel through Dinosaur Land to meet up with Yoshi, who is not as smooth as he is in Super Mario World, but considering he wasn't able to be added to the original Mario NES games based on the limits of the hardware, the fact that he's here at all, rideable, and able to eat baddies is an accomplishment in and of itself. Without going through world after world, I can tell you we also get to visit Isle Delfino from Super Mario Sunshine and get tossed around by piantas. And then there's these planets with kooky gravity like Super Mario Galaxy. So yeah, you can tell that Southbird was all about the Mario games, both old and new. Okay, new-ish. We start much like Super Mario 2 with our choice of character. We can pick Mario, Luigi, and Toad to go on our quest to save the princess. However, unlike Mario 2, they all play the same and don't feature any unique traits. Though I do appreciate having the option, just in case, someone is more of a Luigi guy. As the levels roll out, you get more and more power-ups that can help you through your journey. While equipped with standards like the Fire Flower and Tanuki suit, you'll also find power-ups that didn't originate in the NES games. From Super Mario Land 2, you'll find the Winged Cap, which slows your descent as you flap its wings. From new Super Mario Bros. Wii, you can get the Penguin suit, which blasts ice balls to freeze enemies and makes swimming a breeze. And best of all, from Super Mario 3D Land, you can equip yourself with the Boomerang suit and throw boomerangs to take out enemies. Seeing all these power-ups culminate in the same game with the 8-bit treatment is a real joy. Many of the worlds have unique mechanics. There's one where the Piantas from Super Mario Sunshine play hot potato with Mario to help him get some trickier high spots. But most impressively is the shifting gravity mechanic in the Super Mario Galaxy levels. You will find in certain areas that the gravity shifts depending on what side of the land you're on. This isn't just a frustrating gimmick, but is actually used really creatively through the levels. Though admittedly quite disorienting at first, it remains fun because it isn't overused. Every level has 3 star coins to collect, and there is more to gathering them than personal satisfaction. It all goes toward a 100% completion bonus, which leads you to bonus levels at the end of the game. If you missed a coin, fear not. You can access the levels again at any point to give it another try. If you just go back to the Star Road option, you'll have the means to get around from world to world. Luckily, the star coins aren't that hard to find. As long as you're familiar in the language of classic Mario level design, you can often find short tangents that'll take you to a coin. Every tangent has a purpose, so if it's not a star coin, it's usually a 1-up or a secret exit. But Songbird was fair in giving players enough hints that you should be able to find most of the star coins, though there are a few that have evaded me. Much like the original Mario Bros. 3, you go into battles and collect power-ups for future use. You can also stock up on these by going through mushroom houses and playing a simple guessing card game. There's much more reward than the matching game from Mario 3, which to this day I still suck at. Accessing these power-ups is easier and better organized than ever. You just pick the power-up by pressing B in the overworld and then A to select, and bada bing bada boom bada bang, you got a fire flower or a tanuki suit or whatever else you found. But all this, plus the bonus levels, gives quite a bit of replayability to Super Mario 3 Mix. It is a gift that keeps on giving. Super Mario 3 Mix is a great tribute to Mario and his many games over the last 3 decades, with its feet firmly planted in the golden years of Mario. One of the saving graces of this game is its save feature. It is the most forgiving save feature I've seen in an 8-bit game, in that you can save anywhere. Not just the overworld, but you can save mid-level if you so desire. That, plus unlimited continues, makes for a frustration-free playthrough, but it doesn't compromise the challenge of beating the levels. It just means you only have to beat them once. There is still plenty to overcome, it's just not NES hard. And if you feel like that's cheap, and you'd rather play it like you'd play it in the good old days before battery saves were a thing, feel free not to save. Regardless, if you die and lose your progress, you know it's your own fault. The passion for this project really shines through. It really is the ideal Mario hack because it takes what we loved about the classic games, but puts a fresh enough spin on the material that it doesn't feel like it's recycled ideas. The level designs break formula, but are still fairly intuitive. If you're stuck, it's never for the wrong reasons. It's great to find that sweet spot, where it's a good challenge without any real feeling of frustration. You can tell that what changes were made to the menu system and such were done with years of consideration, like going, I wish accessing my power-ups was just a bit more intuitive. Or, I wish I could save at any time so I don't lose any progress. I'm not gonna lie though, this game was littered with glitches. Apparently this was much more the case when the hack was first released, but now the current version you can find on NES cartridges is very stable, so all of the glitches are fortunately minor and cosmetic, and never was there anything that ever broke the game. I don't really blame it too much though. I feel like so many of these visual hiccups are just from the game pushing the capabilities of the NES hardware. Although sometimes so much is going on that, oh, check out this slowdown. Yikes. So much of the game works that even though sometimes things look a little wrong, you tend to be more forgiving because it adds to the charm. It's like, yeah, this is a labor of love from a fan and not a professional development team, right? The limitations of the NES hardware make things like riding Yoshi a bit harder. It's super easy to dismount from him when jumping because of the 2-button limitation. It's a consequence of basing a mechanic of your game off of something that was originally built on superior hardware. Also, I wish there was a way to exit a level that you already beat, like in Super Mario World where you press start and then select. But unfortunately, if you accidentally enter a level you beat, you either need to die and then lose whatever power-up you had, or see it through to the end and just possibly lose whatever power-up you had. Oh, here's a fun one. When fighting Bowser Jr. in the last level in Delfino, sometimes he's tricky and hard to beat, and sometimes he accidentally kills himself with his own shells. That, ladies and gentlemen, is natural selection hard at work. Super Mario 3 Mix definitely lives up to its reputation. It is the perfect blend of accessible and challenging, and has enough content to keep you coming back over and over again. The work done on here really pushed the limits of the NES hardware to create an experience that plays as a loving tribute to Mario and the ground his games broke back in the day. Shigeru Miyamoto would be proud. So in the end, I have to give Super Mario 3 Mix 5 out of 5 Penguin Suit Marios. That is essential for any gamer. Thank you so much for watching the Repro Review Show. Happy platforming!